he didn't just sell stocks. He sold dreams wrapped in lies, powered by enough drugs to fuel a small country. Most people see a red light and stop. Jordan Belfort saw a red light and accelerated. This is the story of the man who turned a strip mall basement into a financial empire, scammed thousands of innocent people, and then, in the ultimate twist, convinced Hollywood to make him a hero. But before the Ferraris, the yachts, and the private helicopters, Jordan was just a kid from Queens with a very simple problem. He wasn't rich yet. He once looked at his modest surroundings and made a vow. He said, "I don't want a comfortable life. I want an impossible one." His journey started not with finance, but with Italian ices and frozen meat. After a failed venture selling meat door to door left him bankrupt and broken, Jordan found himself on Wall Street. He had the talent, but the timing was terrible. It was October 1987, the month of Black Monday. The market crashed, the Dow Jones plummeted, and Jordan was out on the street before he could even buy his first silk tie. But a wolf doesn't stay down for long. He ended up at a tiny, dusty firm in Long Island, selling what they called penny stocks. These were stocks of companies that barely existed, companies with no revenue and no future. Pure garbage. But there was a catch that changed everything. The commission was 50%. While the elite brokers on Wall Street were fighting over 1% commissions on blue chip stocks like IBM or Coca-Cola, Jordan was making $500 on every $1,000 he brought in. He realized a dark truth that day. People don't buy stocks because they understand them. They buy the hope of a better life. And Jordan was the best hope dealer the world had ever seen. But Jordan didn't want to be just another broker. He wanted to be a king. He founded his own firm, Stratton Oakmont. He chose the name because it sounded old, prestigious, and British, like something out of the 19th century. In reality, it was a high-pressure boiler room full of telephone terrorists. Jordan didn't hire Ivy League graduates or MBA geniuses. He hired hungry, desperate kids from the neighborhood. He hired bartenders, high school dropouts, and local hustlers. He stood on a desk every morning and screamed at them, "I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, and I'll turn them into millionaires." He developed what he called the straight line system. It was a psychological blueprint designed to handle every single objection a human being could have. If a client said, "I need to talk to my wife," the answer was always a variation of, "I understand, but let me tell you why this is the best decision for your family." If they said, "I need to think about it," Jordan taught his brokers to bulldoze that doubt until the client felt stupid for not buying. Soon, Stratton Oakmont was making millions of dollars a day. But it wasn't enough for the wolf. They moved from selling garbage stocks to complex pump and dump schemes. They would take a company public, like Steve Madden Shoes, buy up millions of shares secretly through offshore accounts, and then turn the entire sales floor into a hype machine. They would lie to thousands of doctors, teachers, and retirees, telling them this was the next Microsoft. When the price skyrocketed, Jordan and his partners would dump their shares. The stock would crash to zero, and the innocent investors would lose everything. With too much money comes a level of madness that is hard to imagine. The Stratton office became a modern-day Roman circus. There were strippers in the conference rooms, chimpanzees riding roller skates, and a level of drug consumption that defied medical science. Jordan was taking enough Quaaludes to paralyze a horse, yet he was still running a billion-dollar firm. He lived in a massive mansion, owned a fleet of luxury cars, and married a woman he called the Duchess. But the FBI was finally watching. Special Agent Gregory Coleman didn't care about the flashy speeches or the expensive suits. He cared about the money trail. Jordan's ego became his worst enemy. He tried to hide his millions in Swiss bank accounts, using his wife's aunt as a secret courier to smuggle cash across borders. His life became a series of near-death experiences. He once crashed his private helicopter in his own backyard while high on drugs. He sank his 167-foot yacht in a Mediterranean storm because he refused to listen to his captain, nearly killing his entire family. He thought he was invincible. He thought he was the law. He was wrong. In 1998, the party finally ended. The FBI raided Stratton Oakmont, ripping phones out of the walls and seizing every document. Jordan was arrested and faced 20 years in federal prison for money laundering and securities fraud. But the Wolf had one last move. He made a deal. He turned into a government informant, wearing a wire to record his own friends and partners to save his own skin. He served only 22 months in a minimum security prison, a place he later described as more of a country club than a jail. While his victims, ordinary people who lost their retirement funds and their children's college savings, were left with nothing, Jordan was busy writing his memoir. He sold the movie rights to Hollywood for millions. Today, the man who scammed America is a celebrity. He travels the world as a motivational speaker, teaching people how to be successful. He still owes over $100 million to the people he robbed, but most of that money remains unpaid, vanished into offshore shadows. Jordan Belfort proved a cynical point. In this world, if you steal $100, you go to jail. But if you steal $100 million, you get a blockbuster movie and a standing ovation. The Wolf is still out there, and he's still selling the dream. Because deep down, he knows that as long as there is greed, there will always be a customer.